Today on CJ Off-Road, we're going to show you how I carry all my recovery and essential gear in the back of my Gladiator. Hey guys, Matt with CJ Off-Road here. Now I did just purchase my 2020 Jeep Gladiator Rubicon, and perhaps the biggest thing that I ran into was keeping things safe and stored nicely and neatly without having the back of the Wrangler like I used to. Now in the back of my Jeep, I had everything tucked away in there and I could put it in the back trunk area and it would be nice and enclosed and not really have to worry about it. But if you're talking about the cabin inside of a Jeep Gladiator, there's really not that much area for storage. I do have the lockable storage trunks underneath the rear seats, but unless you're carrying small things like a first aid kit, fire extinguisher, and maybe a couple flashlights and a few little things, you're really not gonna be able to carry everything you need to in the back of there. Now we're gonna go ahead and drop the tailgate here, and I'm gonna show you my solution for carrying all of my off-road and essential gear in the back of my Gladiator, especially getting ready for winter here. We wanna be prepared. I wanna make sure that we have everything ready to go. So let's drop this and we'll talk a little bit more about it. So as you can see guys, what I've decided to install is a 20-gallon storage tote. Now I picked this one up at Lowe's, and honestly, I was gonna go with the smaller one because I was fearful it wasn't gonna fit underneath the Mopar trifold cover. And this pretty much is the biggest trifold cover, or the one that goes down into the bed that as far as possible. The other ones sit up a little bit and really don't, obstruct underneath there. But as you can see, it perfectly fits underneath there, and it's even red and black to match. You can buy a bunch of other different colors depending on what tonneau cover you use, but this one just seemed to fit perfectly. Now I'll also flip that underneath. I did install a set of the grip pads. Those just adhere on with some 3M, and under $20, I got the tote and the grip pads to hold all the valuable parts that we sell right here at CJ Pony Parts. So we're gonna go ahead and show you what I keep in there, also what I did to the bottom. It stays completely planted. We just drove about 45 minutes off-road, on-road, and it stays right there. So if you've got a tonneau cover, that is definitely what you want to look at. But let's pop it open and see what I carry in the back. Now inside of the tote, I pretty much keep the exact same things that I kept in the back of my Jeep Wrangler, except I wanted to make sure they were a little more watertight. So basically, we first got my bag of tools here. Now this has everything from adjustables to zip ties to small sockets, ratchets, everything that I need to make sure that I can get off the trail in a pinch. The next thing I'm gonna pull out is crucial to have in the back of your vehicle, and that's gonna be a nice recovery rope. I've got the Bubba Rope, and this one is rated up to 52,000 pounds. So that is gonna be extremely durable and really help me get the Jeep or anything else stuck. If I'm out on the trail or out on the highway when it's snowing, you wanna be able to get yourself out or those around you. So that'll be great in the back here. Speaking of recovery, we've also got an ARB tire repair kit in here. I've had this one for about 6 or 7 years now, guys. If you ever think about buying one of these, just do it. It comes in a nice hard case and everything you need. We've repaired a few tires with this, and I can tell you guys, for $40 to $50, this can be a lifesaver and make the difference between you getting home or being stuck on the highway. So definitely check that out. Next thing we've got in here for the winter time, just a cheap set of jumper cables. These work great. Let's see what we have. Also in my case here, I've got a nice Pelican case. I do have my CB radios. They're handheld in there, as well as a set of gloves. Just held onto it like that. That way they don't drop into the case and get lost. Let's see what else we've got in here. Another nice socket set. This is a smaller one, but goes with my tools. And then last but not least, we've got our ARB recovery bag. And then inside here, we've got a lot of things that we can use to recover. So on the side pocket, they're designed for D-rings. And you can see we've got some black Smittybilt D-rings with the Daystar orange little isolators there. And the reason we had these is because we had these on the Hemi and they match perfectly. They don't really match with the orange. They don't really match with the red on the Gladiator, but what they will do is work when we need to hook them up to that Bubba Rope. But this ARB bag, I absolutely love. It's super durable. And honestly, it is just built really, really rugged. These reflect actually too. So at night, if you're looking for it, you shine a flashlight and you can see the reflectors. And then inside, we've got the opening and then another clip. And in here, I keep just some sort of accessories also that I need. I've got my air hose in there for my compressor when I get it, an extra flashlight, another flashlight, a work light. And then in the side here, I've got a small first aid kit. Just as much as I can fit into here and get it nice and stored, I will. But these come in multiple different sizes and really make the difference in keeping everything stored nice and securely. Plus in the back of the Gladiator, you really want it to be waterproof and weather resistant. So besides being in a bag, we're also in the tote, so we don't really have to worry about too much of the elements getting to it. Now what I'm gonna do now is flip over this tote and also show you what I put on the bottom there to make sure it doesn't slide around in the bed. This will work if you have the bed liner or not, but it's a great option and it's really cheap to do and it doesn't cost you anything or use any tools to put on, so I'll show you that. So if I didn't mention this before, this is a Craftsman 20-gallon tote, and I got mine at Lowe's here in Pennsylvania. So depending on what area of the country you're in, it might be a little bit different, but this tote seems to fit pretty much perfectly. And if you have a red Gladiator, you just got an extra accent, or if you've got a Rubicon, it's red and black, so it gives you a little bit more accent. And then what I put underneath here was actually these grip pads. Now these are the 2-inch ones, and they come in a set of 4, so I put them on each corner. And these are meant for like washers and dryers, so when you have them on tile flooring or vinyl flooring, it helps grip and it doesn't move around. And I found that these really work to help grab onto the painted surface, and they'll work really nicely onto that rhino liner surface. Instead of this thing sliding all over the place and bounding all the sidewalls of your bed, just throw a set of these on and you can get this whole thing done. I think I spent about $25 on this entire thing, and honestly, it was a great investment to get everything stored in the back there, plus a lot of great parts that we sell right here at CJ Off-Road. All right, guys, well, that's gonna wrap this one up. Definitely check out your local hardware store and pick up one of these totes, especially if you have a tonneau cover. It's gonna keep it nice and secure in the bed there. And if you wanted to, you could even run a little strap around it and go onto one of your bed straps onto the back. Now, if you want to fill this thing up with a bunch of goodies here at CJ Off-Road, we've got you covered on all the recovery gear we talked about there, as well as all your off-roading essentials to make sure your Jeep is well prepared for the winter and any situation you can throw at it. Until next time, guys, definitely drop me a comment below on some other storage ideas. If you've done anything with your Gladiator or Wrangler and want me to know about it, I love reading about them because honestly, I looked around to find anything on storage for the Gladiator and I couldn't online. So this, I hope, really helps. Until next time, guys, I hope you guys are staying safe, and I'll see you out on the trails.